fragilistic or something like that. But, hey, twin, could you grab me? So, how do you feel right now?
Great.
What are you feeling?
Love.
Love.
Joy.
Joy. Why?
Feel the energy, feel a lot of light.
What did you say?
All around.
Because all around us, I mean, it's just like, you come here on a Sunday morning and you get this concert, of music, just throwing love at you. As much love as we can, just giving it to you and sending us all up at that higher level. And we love doing that because it's just the smiles on all your faces they say it all, And the thing is that everything that we feel and what we're feeling right now is a certain state of mind. You know what I mean? We have states, different states that we're in. Our emotional body has a happy state, has a sad state, has an excited state, and so on. And that all shows up in our emotional body. Eckhart Tolle would call it our pain body, right? Because our pain body hurts, and it's all these wounds we have not healed that keep coming up, recreating themselves in themselves, out of themselves, and of themselves, until they have resolved themselves through to be gone, until they have served their purpose of teaching whatever it is we are here to learn. Everything that comes up in our life, and my God, I am a master, and I can tell you, I know this one. Everything that comes up in life is to teach us something. And it's to teach us, first and foremost, one thing more than anything else. Every difficult situation, every wonderful situation, every situation that comes up is here to teach us specifically one thing more than anything else. Anybody want to take a guess? There's one, okay.
Forgiveness.
Compassion. And you need forgiveness for that word, right? Compassion. This is a word that is often overused and misunderstood. The word compassion, what does it mean? When do you exercise compassion? And for those of you that don't know, I don't stand up here and waggle my mouth. I like to teach and learn from you too and hear what you have to say. So, when it comes to compassion, I'm curious, when do you exercise it? When do you feel it? And how do you know you're feeling compassion? What? You feel compassion? What's it feel like? So what would be an example, cutie, of you feeling compassionate? How would I know that you're feeling compassionate? How would I know? We're both in the same room. How do I know you're feeling compassionate? And you what? Like you always do. Sweetness. Very good. Very good. Yes. Boy, that was really good. Did you hear that? It's the enjoyment of, did you say feeling for another? Caring for another. Yeah, the enjoyment of caring for another. I mean, that's our dog Raja. She made a best friend. And every week, she just loves this part where she meets somebody that she's got a soul connection to. And one Sunday, I saw her go up and down every single row. And what y'all didn't know is she was looking for Kleenex. She loves Kleenex. She likes to tear it up. And I'm up there going, oh no, she's going to go on somebody's purse and take her Kleenex. But you see, she's got great compassion. She's an amazing dog. From the moment we bought her, I knew she had something going on with her. All dogs, every dog is wonderful. I'm a dog lover. I'm an animal lover. But something about her, when we brought her in, I used to have a church up in Cameron Park, and they used to have us come in from the back all robed up, and they'd have us come in and down the aisles like this, and walk down to the altar. And it seems silly to me today, but that's what they had us do. And so when I got Raja, the first day I got her, I held her and I walked down the aisle with her, and people started crying. people were in tears. Why, Sheila?
Memories, what he brought up.
Brought up some kind of memory. This little, golden retriever babies. Come on, remember, golden retriever babies.
A rebirth.
A rebirth.
They recognize unconditional love.
They recognize unconditional love. All of us, very good, Reverend. We are all wanting. I mean, are we not? Am I wrong? How much are all of us, each of us, wanting so much to be seen and understood? How many of us, yeah? Just to be seen and understood. And isn't it, we work, I think everybody here works diligently at trying to be a better person, true. And without compassion and a state of compassion, without the ability to pull up a state of compassion, we are not as effective out in the world. When you walk out of here, things get different. You know that, right? It's like we're in, we're all warm and fuzzy. Yeah, I am holy. We are holy. We go out the door. Hey, you get out of my way. The thing is, and I know I say that often, and it's because I realize that we're still working on it. The state. So we're in different states, and a lot of folks think, how many people here feel as if when you're triggered in an emotional state, like really upset, how many of you feel like it's sort of uncontrollable? Yeah. It feels that way. But you see, it's not the truth. The truth is we actually can change our state. Right in that moment. From a negative, scared, sad, mad, confused, depressed, whatever it is, we can take that moment and turn it around and have a different state. And notice where I keep pushing on my body. Anybody know what this is in the Eastern tradition where I am here? The power center. This is where right here is where the third chakra is, and all the great teachers and masters that I've studied have said that the reason we are given will, free will, and the will, which is yellow in color, third chakra up on the spine, we were given it to give us strength to become more compassionate ourselves. What have we done with our free will most of the time? That power. Have we turned it inward, or do we often turn it outward? Right. Well, if we change our state from a barking our baggage, I lovingly call it. When we do that, because when Course in Miracles says we're never upset with the reason we think, and the reason that it says that is because we think in this moment this person caused this problem. But this is science, this is psychology, this is absolutely truth. When we are in an upset state and we are totally, how many people have not been in an upset state, right? So that upset state, I often will say, it doesn't fit the crime. Because the upset is much bigger. If you can stand back from the issue a little bit, look at the issue. This person didn't listen to me and went off and did something I wish they hadn't. Now I'm like, they're the cause of all my problems in my life. And you know who we normally do this to, don't you? The ones we're closest to. Who we spend the most time with. So it doesn't necessarily mean spouse. It means kids, it means friends, it means work, people that go to work. You know how much time you're spending with those folks? Hopefully you're changing their lives and lifting them up. But the bottom line is we don't learn how to use our will inwardly to push up to the heart chakra here and use that power to shift that upset state and recognize all that upset couldn't possibly be for this one issue. Not possible. What it is a collection of upset experiences that have been unresolved, that have just been hurled up into the present moment. And we believe in that moment that we have every right to be that upset and that it is really this person's fault that the whole world is falling down. But in that moment it is not true. at some ideas. We're finishing up this month on vitality. I thought that was an interesting word. How often do you think about the word vitality? Interesting word, isn't it? You know, I mean, I look at it as energy, right? It's energy. Vitality is energy. Now, is that a state? Is vitality a state? Yes! Vitality is a state because we can stand up here, and even though maybe I have a stomach ache, or maybe somebody's sick at home, or maybe something, I've got something going on that I've got some concerns about back here, but here I am, I'm with you, and I'm here to be as in love with you, and to be as kind, and to give you as all my love and compassion I possibly can, in hopes that you will go out in the world and take it out, and you will tell others the same thing. That's my prayer. That's the state of which I must be in. Because if I just go, well, how would you guys feel if I walked up here and went, that's really not feeling very good. So, what's the talk today? Well, oh yeah, vitality, I'm happy. Okay, thanks. How moved would you be? How much will I have learned from you? But see, we're here, this place, Clarity Academy, is about this relationship with one another. That the Course in Miracles says that the teacher and the student trade places every second. Because the minute I be quiet and I listen to you, and words come out of your mouth of wisdom, then I get to learn from that wisdom. I get to take that information and do something with it or not. Make sense? So this first one here, vitality, it means the capacity to live and develop with regards to physical, mental, or spiritual strength and growth. There's the exact definition, thank you, Reverend Karen, for vitality. Interesting, isn't it? Mental, physical, or spiritual strength and growth. How do we do it? How many people here are struggling in something? Okay, so my mission, because I'm too big time, and so my mission is that if we could all become a strong enough community to help each other, how much quicker would we all resolve our issues if we helped each other? Much quicker, right? And we got to get out of our BS. You know what that is, right? Our belief system. We got to get the heck out of it. Because our BS, man, it is causing problems we don't need. And that BS system throws up in front, like filters to the eyes, and blames and shames others and accuses others because this person here has had pain and suffering and has not resolved it. Does that make sense? And this person sometimes is me or you that hasn't resolved it. And so when we can recognize that a state of vitality is, you have, just remember the color yellow. What color?
Yellow.
And remember that yellow means inner strength. What does it mean? What was the color?
Yellow.
And it means what?
Inner strength.
And we use that yellow and that inner strength to take us up to the heart. Where does it take us to? And that heart place right here is the color green. What color is it?
Green.
So we take the yellow and we take the strength and we turn it where?
Inward.
To the heart. And the color of the heart?
Green.
Is green. So if you remember yellow and green, the next time you get triggered by, and I promise, it will be soon. You get, because it's Earth School, man. So the next time you get triggered and you remember the color yellow, in your neural pathways, I have planted a seed in your consciousness of fertile ground. You are open and listening, and I've just planted a seed that if you think yellow, that will help you to take your vitality and turn it up rather than this way. Lovely, isn't it? We take it and we go up in here to the heart. Take a breath and ask ourselves, and this is a famous one for me. If I am really, really triggered, and not long ago, I was so triggered by just several things, I come into the room and I tell everybody in the room, I am not safe for children and other living things. And then people laugh and I feel better. Just like that. Because if I do not change my state, if I keep my state an accusatory, negative, blaming, shaming, putting others, you Yogananda said, and I love this, and this is just something so many people are struggling with still. He says, don't cut the heads off of others to make yourself feel taller. Make sense? So every time we tell people, oh, let me tell you about how terrible this person is, or this place is, or that thing is, or this experience is, or whatever it is, every time we do that, we are cutting the heads off of those things so that we can feel like, well, look at me now. But the thing is that the minute we do that, we lose our vitality. We must think what color?
Yellow.
Yeah, and the yellow takes us to the where?
Green.
And the green is the what?
Heart.
And where does the heart make up? What does the heart do? What's it for?
Love.
And what else does it do?
Compassion.
Compassion. And what else? The most important thing in the whole world, what does it do? It keeps us alive. And when our heart is used to change our state, when we use the strength of compassion and vitality to take a triggered negative state and use the beginning of the outward power and turn it right back into the heart and regroup, am I going to have a different experience? Yeah, don't take my word for it. Test it. Try it for yourself. See what happens. And remember, if it's one of those really, really serious big messes, the best thing you can do is take a break. So you're going to think of the color what?
Yellow.
Yeah. And if you can't get to that loving compassion, which is what color?
Green.
If you can't get there, then go find the green outside. Go find it. The trees. Go find something green outside. And it will nurture you and help you and will give you oxygen. And it will give you deeper breath. And then you can come back into the room and say, let's start this again. I'm using my vitality to change my state. Good or good?
Good.
Say,
I am
using my vitality
using my vitality
to change my state.
to change my state.
Turn to the person and say, you are
You are
using your vitality
using your vitality
to change your state.
to change your state.
Thank you, God. I am an empowered being.
An empowered being.
I am not at the effect
I am not the effect
of any person, place, or thing or condition,
of any person, place, or thing, or condition,
except for the power
except for the power
that I give it.
that I give it.
See how smart you guys are? What color are you feeling right now?
Green.
Yeah, and both would be working because you're starting to feel some empowerment here. You're starting to feel like, wait a minute, I am not at the effect of my emotional state. I am not at the effect of people, person, places, and things. I can control myself. What a concept! I can behave. Yay! For some reason, we have trouble with behaving. We are a country that struggles with behavior. Word. So how do I live in a state of vitality? What's the color you think of first?
Yellow.
And where's it go? Green. So how do I live? Number one, our attitude. So let me read something to you. You better not have taken that. Okay. Let me read something to you. It's so amazing. Rise and shine, make me want to say, dear God, let me thank you for another day. What does that make you feel?
Joy.
Yeah. Yeah. Good word. For life, live life on the edge, and I'm trying to break it. Life can be a struggle, but I know we can make it. So this is your day now. It's your time to shine. We can all get together and one and done. Down for that. We're going to be doing that for that album, that pre-release. Stress-free. This is my favorite part that he wrote, Dan Johnson. He wrote, stress-free from the drama, better get your ticket. Oh Oh my God, we have had such a wonderful, we've had this like, it's been very peaceful here. And it's been like, just, I don't know, it's just been sweet. We've been all having a great time. We're excited about growing this community. We're excited about bringing in other great teachers and great ideas. And we're just growing and we're just asking people to bring their gifts. Reverend Amy's teaching a writing class, a 12-step writing class. The shaman dude now is doing the shamanism. We got spiritual psychology on Wednesday night and mindfulness, and yoga, which is a Course in Miracles. We've got Sunday concert morning to come into and start your week out. We got people here that are ready to remind you and be with you and sit with you and tell you the truth of who you are. We've got talent that is not able to be contained, and we've got you. What will you bring to the table? What will you bring? This world, this life, this day, this experience. Let's think of it like a dinner table, you know? We're all together. I know people don't do that much anymore. They don't sit at a dinner table. But what if all of us just sat down together? Now see, the metaphysical communion that we're doing next week, I'm already going there, I can tell, because that's what we're doing, essentially, is we're breaking bread together. And not because we are less than, but because we are powerful beyond measure. Because we are created in the image and likeness of all that ever is, was, or will be. And when we consciously take that vitality in, and we take the symbolism in, it reminds us, we're not here just to get through life. You know what? I promise you, and I'm going to make my band do this song. I hope they're not going to hate it, but there's a song. Who sings that song, The Last Day of Your Life? It's a country tune. The Last Day of Your Life. You guys know it?
As if you were dying?
As if you were...
It's Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. Yeah, you're a country girl. Tim McGraw has a song. Well, let me ask you guys something. What if I was to tell you there is a spaceship right outside the door?
Go. Go, man.
Yeah, I'm with you, Mikey. But what if the spaceship left us here and took everything and everybody we love to another planet?
We have each other.
We do? But what would we have wanted to have said to those people? How would we have wanted for them to remember us? See you soon. The thing is that if we can't behave, we can't feel connected to anything except pain and suffering. True. And so we transform our attitude. Our attitude is ego. You know this, don't you? Any kind of an attitude. You know what I mean. That snotty attitude. You know what it is, or whatever words you want to use. Those attitudes can be changed in a heartbeat by thinking of the color what? And then it brings you to the green. Because you see, the attitude, even if you're like right in the middle of slamming somebody or making some point at the cost of everybody around you, even if you're doing that, not that I've ever done that, even if you're doing that, I do now, and you can, right in the middle of it, pull out and say, wait a minute. So here's what I love. How many of you would let another person beat up your mother, your father, your daughter, your son, your husband, your wife, your best friends, the people you care about? How many of you would allow them to come and just verbally annihilate somebody you love? How would that go for you?
Wouldn't let it happen.
And yet, we do it to our loves. We do that to the people we love. So my prayer for all of us is that we get real clear is what replaces that need to be right. You know, Course in Miracles, you want to be right or happy. Which one do you want to be? Happy. So happy, if I want to be happy, I got to change my attitude. I got to find something fun and funny and silly. So even if I'm in the middle of making a great big fool of myself, I can actually use it really good and like be funny. And say, what am I doing? Why am I talking to you like this? I wouldn't let anyone else talk to you like this. Why am I talking to you like this? Sorry. Mulligan, do over. I'm going to go pray for a minute because I need a reboot. Yeah? Attitude. Seek love everywhere. Now, somebody said hip, and who said that? Who said hip? Oh, was you, Mikey? That's great. So, it's because you're so hip. The thing about seeking love everywhere is, you know, I got rock and rollers on my band. Yeah! And I got musicians that like it here.
Love it.
Love it. And these musicians they weren't in a spiritual community. This is not what they've always done. They're like rock stars, all of them. And now, many of them are really entrenched, if not all of them, are really entrenched into like deeper meaning, and their lives are changing. And they're hip. They are, I call it hippify. We got to hippify this, guys. Got to hippify it. Don't want any corny stuff on a Sunday morning. It's got to be cool, right? But it also has to be meaning, because loving everyone, everywhere, where I was going is these cool guys, you know, hey, I'm a rock star, I'm a rock dude, this is who I am, I'm cool. But you know what? There is no cooler person than that guy right there, and he walks around just loving up everybody. He just loves up everybody. Mikey comes in, hugs, and Jeremiah, we're just hugging on everybody, loving on everybody. Reverend Lisa and Karen and Dan, our rapper, spiritual rapper, we all come in and there's so much love. That love is everywhere, you guys. And the color is green. What color is it?
Green.
So here's an idea for you. This week, here's green. Beautiful green, you always wear those great greens. Go out, and if you can't feel, how many know what it feels like to love, to truly love? Okay. Have you guys ever had trouble accessing it? Okay. So when you have trouble, and thank you for playing full out, because when you do that, you are healing. The minute you say, yeah, that's me, you're healing it. So when we think of that color green and we go to the heart, if we can't feel love in that moment, think of like your children, think of someone you love so much, and then transfer that love. Start off, if you can't love the person, well, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, you know the song, don't you? Love the one, if you can't love where you are, love the one you're with. Let's do that too. You got to love the one you're with. And the way, what? Absolutely. Absolutely, Avenel. If I'm thinking of what I appreciate, what I couldn't live without, and I don't know how I will, yeah. So we can access that sense of love by, you know, for me, it's a dog, and for you guys, it's whatever it is for you, or it's my granddaughter, or it's my wife, or it's my band. I have a lot of love. I got a lot of love here. I got a lot of people here that are so loving. And I live here, so I'm kind of spoiled with all this love. But I know that it gets hard out there. I know. And if you remember the color what? When you want love, you're going to remember the color?
Green.
Green. And if you can't feel it right then, you're going to do what? Go out and find some green. So if it's not in a tree, then maybe it's sitting and thinking about how much you love your daughter, son, grandchild, dog, cat, wife, some brothers, sisters, you know. How much you love the music, how much you love the art, how much you love the moment. How much can you love? How much can you love? How much? How much? Can you put? You know, little kids are like, this much! How much Can you go out those doors and seek that green everywhere you go? And even, Yogananda says if they don't return it, don't worry about it. It's all yours anyway. The love just bounces right back to you. It's really interesting. I don't know who I was talking to, but Yogananda said, the belief that we live life after life and we take off or we leave off. And he says, every moment you have eye contact with somebody, if that person has a soul connection where the two of you kind of connect, you feel me? That feeling, he said it's because you guys have been together life after life. It's a moment of memory. It's just a split moment of memory. Interesting, huh? Just an interesting thought. Living in the now, how much do we need to keep talking about this? In the present moment. Every single time I go into the future, I have a heart attack. Every single time I go into the past, I have sadness and regrets. Then guess what station I'm staying on? The now station. Because right now, everything is just fine, isn't it? Right now, everything is fine. And Reverend Karen and I have had some huge challenges to endure, just huge. And we're walking through them together, and we keep reminding each other over and over again, stay in the now, stay in the now, stay in the now, stay in the now, stay in the now. Drupada, who's one of our spiritual advisors here, just a great soul. I gotta get him back here soon. Actually, I think many of you who's coming to our retreat, you're all invited. We're having a beautiful retreat up in the most gorgeous place in Grass Valley at Ananda. The dates is November 7th, 8th, and 9th, I think. You can check them in the bulletin when it comes up. But I'm going to have Drupada talk about how the angelic realms and how we ourselves are like parallel universes, 6 degrees of separation. And how Yogananda knew this, and how he would be able to have conversations here and here and here all at the same time. And people have documented these things, and it's just fascinating. And the whole point of it is that we can. He said the whole point is if he can, we can. Heard that before? It's the idea that in us we have everything that created the universe. We have a shake. Put your fist out like this. So we have a shake here at Casa. And it goes like this. It goes. So let's do it again. You know what that is, this part? It's the Big Bang. I like that. Boom. And so every time we do that, boom. That's because we have the capacity. Ye are gods. And because we are made up of star stuff, because we are made up of everything that is, we have the capacity and the ability to touch the face of God in everything in our life. You just add an O to the word God. What does it become? Good. It is just good. It's just a good moment. What did you say? God-o? That's by Gary. I love him so much. That's the thing of... Oh, it's you, John. No, it's you, Jacqueline. Okay, I was back here. You guys are troublemakers. But you see, we really strive here. This feeling. What is this feeling, you guys? What are you feeling right now? Happy. But love, camaraderie. What else are you feeling? Connected. What else? Joy, awesomeness. What else? Family. Right now, aren't we all feeling like, hey, we're buds. We're tight, man. Look at this. We're tight. And unconditional. It is unconditional. In order to get a handle on the things that we cannot change. We cannot. You guys, there is stuff we're not going to be able to change. So what can we do? What do we do about this stuff? We can't stop somebody from making a transition off the planet. We can't stop an illness that has to run its course and get better. We can't stop a situation. We can't stop the wars individually yet. I know we can do all these things together. As a community, I want to cultivate a community of peacemakers. I have a thing on the back of my convertible that says Dream Maker. I always wanted to help people achieve their dreams. And that's why I became a coach. And I got to really help people change their lives dramatically. I was on the phone with Tina. Y'all remember Tina? Boom Boom Tina?
Yeah.
Boom Boom. I was on the phone with her. She's in Maui, and Karen and I are going there and taking her place for a week in February. She's coming here. She'll be here for quite some time. Boom Boom's coming back. She's going to be in the house. And she said to me, she said, Dr. Kim, I have to pinch myself every day. I am living the dream life. And when we started working together 2 years ago, she said, there no way would I have believed you. You said that I'd be making a living where I want. She's got the love of her life that she's met. Everything in her life is beautiful. And she had to take the biggest risk of all. She had to quit and walk away from what gripped her. She had to have the courage to step off the edge and move alone to an island that is the farthest, most isolated island in the world. And go and walk the beaches and make friends. And she takes care of people's dogs and cats. And she lives 3 minutes from the beach. And she never dreamed that she'd be able to live her life in this kind of freedom. And you know what we worked on, she and I? Almost all the time. Changing her state. From a state of I don't know, I can't, how can I, what should I, to a state of dreaming, creating, manifesting. Manifest something good this week. Love each other. Make friends. When we go out there, don't just run out the door and hope nobody sees you. Come on, reach out to somebody and say, hey, I'm Dr. Kim and I'm glad you're here today. And just say hi, or get a hug, or just say you're happy to see somebody today. Because together, we can do anything. Together, anybody, any family can have anything happen, and we will circle the wagons of love and help. And we will stand with you as you stand with us. So this week, change your state from a what color?
Yellow.
To a what color?
Green.
And if you can't, what do? Go out and get some green. And remember, the green means love. When did you last love? How much did you love? Turn to the person next to you and tell them how much you have loved in your life. How much have you loved in your life? A lot. And what did you love the most? Your husband. And you, Jody, what do you love?
My children.
Your children. How much do you love them?
This
This
much.
much. How much do you love? This much. How much do you love? Unlimited. You are the light of the world. Each and every one of you is so special. So special. That all I want to do is get everybody's specialness in a big bowl of soup here. And just all of us drink. Right? I dig soup. So I love you all so much, and I appreciate you so much, and I encourage you, come to on Wednesday night and be with me. Come be with me on Wednesday night in Reverend Karen. Come first time for free if you want. Feel it. Check it out. Come to these other classes that are going on here. There's so many. And let's get our family community so tight that no matter what happens, we got the wagons ready to go to support one another. Thank you very much.
Amen.